Good morning, students. I welcome you all for commerce class. Today we are going to discuss about a new chapter under Unit 2 Forms of Business Organization, that is Chapter 8 Multinational Corporations MNCs. In that we are going to discuss today about meaning and definition of MNC and then advantages of MNC. Please do listen carefully and just take a note of it, students. So be attentive. We shall move on with meaning and definition of multinational company. So multinational company is an incorporated company. Where it is incorporated, it will be incorporated in one country. That country will be termed as home country, but whose operation extended beyond home country and which carries on business in other countries, and those countries will be termed as host countries. Such business will be termed as, such corporations will be termed as MNCs. The headquarters of MNC must be located in the home country. So a multinational corporation is known by various names such as Global Enterprise, International Enterprise, World Enterprise, Transnational Corporation, etc. So these are the different names given for MNC. Now we'll move on with definition of MNC. There are two definitions for MNC. One definition is given by Neil H. Jacobi. So, according to him, a multinational corporation owns and manages businesses in two or more countries. That means what? A company means, that is multinational company means, it has business in more than one countries. So, the next definition tells that MNC is defined to be an enterprise. Enterprise means an organization operating in several countries. So its function is in several countries but managed from one country, that is the host country. Management will be from the host country. Next we'll move on with oligopoly. Oligopoly means the condition of the business. So it terms as it is a market condition where there are very few sellers in the same product line. That is, one product line of products will be given and it will be distributed, but only there will be few sellers. That is termed as oligopoly. So global enterprises means are the business organizations which operate in more than one country. Since they operate in more than one nation or countries, they are also called as multinational companies. Multi means what? Many. Nation means different countries. So when a business is operated in different countries, it is termed as multinational companies. So that's all about meaning and definition of MNC. Now we'll move on with advantages of multinational companies. The first advantage is low cost labor. So MNC set up their facilities in low cost countries and produce goods and services at a lower cost. So that means what? They set up the company only where the country's cost is less, and also it gains cost advantage and sells its products and services of good quality at low cost. This is not available to smaller companies which operate at regional level. So smaller companies cannot operate as MNCs. The next advantage is quality products. The quality products are provided in MNCs. The resource, experience and expertise of MNCs is the sphere of research and development, enables the host country to establish its research and development system. So what they are doing is, in the host country, when the company is set up, they are introducing more research and they are developing the products in such a way that it will be acceptable by different consumers and it will be demanded at different places. So this is what they are thinking and producing the product. So only they are trying to produce the best quality goods and services at least possible cost, that is at lower possible cost. Next advantage is proper use of idle resources. Because of their advanced technical knowledge, MNCs are in position to properly use the physical and human resources from the host country, and also this result in an increase in national income of the host country. Since they are using the technical know-how, what they will do? They will recruit the persons, those who know these techniques, and try to produce advanced products and with the advanced products, they can earn more money, income for the nation. Next advantage is improvement in balance of payment position. So normally MNCs helps the host country to increase their exports. How? By producing more products and exporting it to other countries. As such, they help the host country to improve upon its balance of payment position. That balance of payment position means pending amount to be paid. So that will be paid easily through way of increase in their exports. Next advantage is technical development. So MNCs, what they do is they carry the advantages of technical development 10 host countries. In fact, MNCs are a vehicle for transference of technical development from one country to another country. It means the technical development, that is the technical know-how, the techniques, everything what is known from the host country, what they do is they will try to spread it out to other countries where there is MNCs branch companies are available. Even if there is a poor host country, they try to develop it technically through technical know-how, through advancements. Next advantage is managerial development. MNCs employ latest management techniques. So the managers will be developed. The persons those who are indulging in management will be developed through the latest management techniques. People employed by MNCs do a lot of research in management. Research means what? New findings. So in a way, they help to professionalize management along latest lines of management theory and practice. That is, the latest lines means what? The latest management techniques. That is termed as latest lines of management theory and practice. So not only they will learn to know the theory, as well as they will put into practice the new techniques. This will lead to managerial development in host country. Next advantage is end of local monopolies. Local monopolies means a single-handed business owners. Those who are doing business in the host countries of MNC companies. After starting MNC in the host country, the other local monopolies, what they will do is either they'll try to improve the products or they'll try to reduce their price, because in such countries which they have their own business, normally they will try to work only for profit. Either they will not concentrate on the products or they will not concentrate on the prices. They'll try to improve the prices and sell. After once when MNC is started in the particular country, they will try to improve the products because of competition with MNC. Thus, MNCs put an end to the exploitative trade practices of local monopolists. As a matter of fact, MNCs compel domestic companies to improve their efficiency and quality. How? Because by seeing the MNC's product, the local monopolies also, that is the domestic companies in that host country, will try to improve the product's efficiency and quality. In India, many Indian companies acquired ISO 9000 quality certificates due to fear of competition posed by MNCs. I think so you would have understood clearly. Next advantage is improvement in standard of living. Whose standard of living? The standard of living of people in that host country. So by providing super quality products and services, MNCs help to improve the standard of living of people of host countries. Next advantages and the last advantage is promotion of international brotherhood and culture. So normally what they do is MNCs, suppose for example, if an MNC is started in America and it is brought to India, means America will be termed as home country and India will be termed as host country. So the new models, new products which is produced in America will be brought into India. So normally what the people will do, they will try to acquire the new products from other countries. By the way, they will try to promote international brotherhood and try to promote the culture of the other countries, that is international countries. Through this international promotion of goods, they pave way for world peace and prosperity. Prosperity means what? Flourishing of one countries in case of national income as well as GDP. With this, we are completing this part, students. So far, we have completed the advantages of MNCs. Thank you, students. We shall meet tomorrow.